Hello, welcome to Lil's Vintage World. That was a bit of an odd hello, wasn't it? This video is going to be a book haul, but it's going to be a slightly odd book haul because all these books I already own. But you haven't seen them, and to be honest, I haven't seen them in years. So my mum has been having quite the sort out in her house, which was my childhood home, and she's clearing out a lot of stuff, and she went to me and said, can you go through these, decide what you want, what you don't want, what we can get rid of, blah 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 blah. And there's a lot of books, and I was like, ooh, books. Some I think I've read, some I haven't read. Some I'm like, do I want to read this now? I don't know if it's my type of thing now. I mean, I moved out 7, 8 years ago, something like that, so it's been a while. But yeah, let's just get straight into it, and if there's any that you think you need to read, that let me know, or I might have already read it, we'll see. So first of all, this is not a book but was on my bookshelf, and it's Kings and Queens of Great Britain. It's a massive full wall chart. Now I think I actually once had this on a wall. I think it is huge. I won't guess it out, but it is absolutely huge, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. I mean, I could put it on a wall, but I don't really know if I want to put it on a wall. Ideas in the comments, please. Then I have Henry VIII, European Court in England, edited by David Starkey. I don't think I've ever read this. But I'll definitely give this a read because it's Tudors. I then have The Great Detectives, 7 original investigations by Julian Simmons and illustrated by Tom Allens. I can't remember getting this, but I can definitely see why I got it because it has Miss Marple, Poirot and Maigret. It also has Sherlock Holmes as well, so I can see why I've bought it. And yeah, hopefully it'll be some really, really beautiful editions. We'll see. A few more history books. I'm pretty sure I've actually read these, she says. England in Tudor Times by Salzman. Don't know, it's an old library book from I don't know when. But again, I don't know if I've read it. Have I read it? No idea. No idea. Oh, it smells funny though. Then I have Short History of Britain, 1485 to 1714. So again, it covers the Tudor period. Oh wow, it's from Old Swinford Hospital, and it's got like library thing in it. Do you remember these? If you're young, you won't remember them. But the first one to take it out was 19th of the 9th, 1955. Nice. I want to keep it just for that. So lots of like, essentially Tudor times, because the Tudors began in 1485 and into the Stuarts. So yeah, keep that one. This one I'm sure I read as a kid. It's just the Tudors, and yeah, nice pictures too. I like it. Then I have a poetry book. I'm not a big poem person, but I actually thought I lost this, which I was a bit gutted about. But no, it was still there somewhere. Best Love Poems. It's ones that you've heard of a lot, but do you know what? I like it. Why not? And it's got like Emily Dickinson in, and William Morris, and you know, lots of Keats, and you know, nice famous ones, which I will give another read. I have read this. I read this quite a bit when I was younger, so I'll definitely keep that. One that I don't know if I'm going to keep is The Rules of Attraction by Bret Easton Ellis. This is, I suppose, a modern classic. I think it's from the 80s. And is it from the 80s? Yeah, 1987. And I'm sure that I've tried to read this before, but not got through. Yeah. So it's because it starts really weirdly. So it starts with a lowercase, all right? And it's a story that might bore you, but you don't have to listen, she told me, because she always knew it was going to be like that. There's like the longest sentence in the world, and it starts like, it literally like jumps into it. If you've read it, let me know if it's worth reading, if you think I'd like it, because I don't know. I then have another history book. This is from Edith Sitwell, and this is The Queens and the Hive. I had no idea if this is fiction or non-fiction. We shall see. I have no idea what it's about either, to be honest, but it's got Queen Elizabeth I on it, so that's why I've got it, but I don't think I've ever read it. Then I have Tis by Frank McCourt. This is the sequel to Angela's Ashes, which I do own somewhere, might be in the loft. Angela's Ashes we partly read at school, and I really enjoyed it, but we only read part of it, so then I bought the book to carry on, but it's quite heavy, and I was reading it as like a 10-year-old, so I was like, and I've just never picked it up. But this is the sequel, so I've owned the sequel, just haven't read the first book fully through yet. So yeah, I'll keep this and stick it with Angela's Ashes. One that I'm not sure whether to keep this or get rid of this. This is The Crimson Petal and the White by, I don't think it's Michelle Faber, isn't it? It's not Michael Faber. I don't know. I think this is set in Victorian times, and it is huge. I'm not really sure if it's my thing, because although I love historical fiction, I mostly read historical fiction that is either Tudors or women's suffrage movement, and don't read much in between. So yeah, let me know if you've read it and if you think it's worth a read, because it is massive. That's a commitment, isn't it? Then I have one that YouTube made me get. This is Girl Meets Boy by Ali Smith. This is a retelling of Ovid's Metamorphoses. And I bought this years ago based off of YouTube recommendations. Have I read it? No. Do I think the cover's nice? Yes. Then I have a couple of Evelyn Waughs. I have The Loved One and Men at Arms, both in these lovely vintage penguin editions. Very, very nice. I do enjoy Evelyn Waugh. I've read two. I've read Decline and Fall and Vile Bodies. Vile Bodies was brilliant and loved it very much, but I do need to read more, definitely. Whoopsie daisies, but yes. I'm not sure if I already own these. Do I already own these? I don't know, actually. I might not own these, in which case I now own them. Or I might own them in other editions. I know. And the last book that I have is this little edition of Daisy Miller by Henry James. I have read Portrait of a Lady by Henry James, and I really enjoyed that, actually. So I don't know why I haven't read Daisy Miller yet. It is tiny, teeny tiny, so I definitely should get to it. No idea what it's about at all, but I'm sure I'll enjoy it. So there we go. That is my book haul of books that I may or may not keep. Essentially, that I've moved from one house to another, and would appreciate any comments that you have about any of these books, whether I should keep them or get rid of them, in the comments below. If you've read any of them and think they're fantastic, let me know. If you haven't, I don't know, just say hello. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're having a lovely day. Take care, and I shall see you soon for my next video. Bye for now.